So a month or so ago, there was a brand new release announced by the House of Rabanne, Million Gold, and I already knew whenever a house like Rabanne or Jean Paul Gaultier comes out with a brand new fragrance, they always release it in Spain, Puerto Rico, and parts of South America first. And I always know when that happens, I automatically go to this guy named Diego. He also is called DLR Fragrances on Facebook. He lives in Puerto Rico, and so he gets the decants first. And so I automatically went to his page. I found it about 2 weeks ago. I did my first impression of this, but now we're going to talk about the full review. Now that I've worn it 3 times, and I could give you guys the full performance and let you guys know if it is worth picking up a full purchase. Today I'm doing my full review on Rabanne's Million Gold. So without further ado, let's get it. What's good, my great smelling dudes? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Randy, aka Fragrance Dude. Thank you guys so much for joining me for yet another first full review, actually, of a brand new release designer fragrance here in 2024. Before we get into that, obviously, if you like my content, you're not subscribed, please do so, as well as on the way in, hit that like button. It takes 2 seconds. Comment below. Let me know if you've tried this fragrance, if you like the fragrance, if you haven't tried it and you're interested in it. Just let me know. I'm interested in your thoughts. So, as far as this line is concerned, there are 2 fragrances that really stand out among all of the other ones. While I really like the original still is pretty much a banger for me. I really like that fragrance. My wife likes that as well. This one was one of my favorites, and I'm so sad they discontinued it. One of the best fall fragrances of all time, 1 Million Privé. I have a large bottle that's still in its box, but this is my small that I got last year to kind of ease my way over into the large in like a year or so. But outside of that, we have 2 that are still active that I really enjoy, and that is 1 Million Lucky. Love the fragrance. It was discontinued 2 years ago, but then it was brought back by Paco Rabanne. They actually, I emailed them back and forth, and they said they ended up bringing it back because of like an overwhelming want for it. But very nice plum, honey, woods, very, very good fragrance. And then the Golden Oud that came out last year. It's a very nice Middle Eastern, darker, woody fragrance, almost niche quality as far as like, or niche style, I should say, where it's more of a unique blend of fragrances. It's not like an everyday wear, but it's a very nice, if you like woody fragrances, kind of blends that with the 1 Million DNA. Very, very nice. 1 Million Royal is okay. I liked it a lot when I first got it, but that chocolatey tone my wife doesn't like as much. I still like the fragrance. I still think it's an above average fragrance, but she doesn't like it, so I'm not a huge fan anymore because obviously I wear my fragrances for her. Elixir and Parfum both have Damask Rose. While the Elixir, it says it in the note breakdown. Parfum, it doesn't, but both of them my wife is allergic to, so I cannot wear that. And that is the same with the Cologne. I can't wear any of those 3. And so while I think all of them smell okay, the Elixir smelled like a really syrupy popcorn to me. But with that said, we are talking about this brand new one. This one came out about a month and a half ago, like announced a month and a half ago. I found the decant, like I said in the opening, and I'm not going to plan on getting a full bottle, and I'll let you know why. This is Rabanne's Million Gold. And as you can see, this is the bottle on the front, and it looks like it has a door knocker on the front, and it doesn't look like it has a 1. But I do have to say, even though the box, when you get the box, has this exact picture on it, whenever you look at the bottle does have a 1. So it's still 1 million gold, I guess 1 million gold. But I think they had a 1 million gold back in the day that they discontinued. So I think that's why they're just calling this million gold. But there's still, inside the door knocker, there's almost like a diamond encrusted, it looks like, a 1. So I put the picture on the screen so you guys can see. But I'm also going to give you the note breakdown since this is our full review, so you guys can follow along with me. The top note is golden sandalwood and mandarin. The mid notes are warm cedar and spices, and the base notes are intense woods. When you first spray this on, you automatically realize this does not smell like a 1 million. So if you're a huge fan of the 1 million line, this does not smell like the 1 million line. There are small pieces of the fragrance, like a little bit of that mandarin orange in the opening. is very inconsistent and it leaves just as quick as it shows its face. It smells like it's mandarin orange mixed together with blood orange, so maybe that might be a bit of the part that has the 1 million. Also, this ambery tone and a little bit of spice, which I think is like a cinnamon, maybe a little bit of clove or something like that. It seems like that's what the spices are, and a little black pepper. But that's maybe the only parts of it that could be considered 1 million, but it doesn't smell like 1 million. It does remind me of a synthetic version of a fragrance that I really enjoy by City Rhythm. It's called City Rhythm Manhattan, which that is a much better fragrance. So if you like this fragrance at all, I'm telling you, try City Rhythm Manhattan first, because I think you'll like that better. While they're not exact, it's just exactly what I get reminded of. So as soon as you spray this on, you get a little bit of that citrus, just like I said, but for the most part, it's front and center, syrupy synthetic cedar. It's very woody, but it's not as woody as like Golden Oud, where it was very front and center. It felt very nice. It was very well blended. This one, it feels like a synthetic, warm, syrupy cedar oil. And that's just what it feels like. And that lasts for like 4 hours. And it smells nice. That is what I'm going to give to this fragrance. It smells nice. But overall, it just doesn't do much for me. So you do get that. And then you also get a slight green tone, which I told you in the first impression does not really remind me of any other green tones that I've smelled. It might be a little bit of tea or rosemary or a little bit of something like that, maybe artemisia. Not 100% sure what the green tone is, but there is a subtle green tone underneath that cedar almost for the entirety of the fragrance. But if you're looking for something that is comparable to other 1 millions, or something like maybe like a United States like Western version of the Golden Oud, this is not going to do it for you. It's automatically a cedar semi-citrus opening, leaning into as that citrus dissipates, you get that green tone pulling up, a bit of the spices in the background. That is really what you have for about 3 to 4 hours. There's not much else going on with this fragrance, and that is very disappointing to me. I will tell you automatically right here off the opening, right off the drop, this fragrance from the opening through the dry down is maybe like a 6.5 to me. In my first impressions, I was more excited about a brand new release, and a lot of times that can uptick it a point, like maybe a point or a half a point. But I think it was like a 7.5 in my opening, but it's definitely, this whole fragrance from opening to dry down for me is like just an average, nice 6.5 fragrance. It's nothing better than that. If you like it, you like it. But I'm telling you, if you've tried City Rhythm Manhattan and you smell this, you're going to be like, okay, that kind of has the DNA. It doesn't have as much going on. It's not as high quality. It's definitely more syrupy synthetic. It doesn't smell anything like the 1 million. So I'm going to try and just stick with the Manhattan, which just does more. This seems like it's more of a night out take on the line. But again, it doesn't have that line's DNA, so I can't really say that. It really confused me. But what reminded me a lot of City Rhythm Manhattan, not just the fact that it's a cedar-dominant fragrance, and it also has this dry tone underneath it, but also that green tone. That green tone comes across green, but earthy. And so that is really what is prominent in the City Rhythm Manhattan. Is it has that nice warm cedar, it has some sandalwood, it has that bergamot up top, it has that tea note in the middle providing a little bit of a green tone, it has a bit of earthiness, it has a dry tone underneath it. And so pretty much everything that fragrance does, this fragrance does. It's just that one does so much more. It feels higher quality, it's better overall. So if I'm just going to be talking about this fragrance in general, I would just try it before you buy it. This is a try before you buy nice fragrance that's probably not going to be very popular. I'm going to say it's going to probably fade out just as quickly as it came in. Out of all the 1 million flankers, this is my least favorite. I would say, I mean, even under the elixir and the parfum, which my wife was allergic to, I still found reasons to like those fragrances. And so I'm going to say out of the entire line, this is my least exciting. It has unique qualities to it. That's what they were trying to go for. But it was just, there's this really syrupy, noticeable synthetic tone, which I understand Most designer fragrances are made with synthetics and even a lot of niche, but this is noticeably syrupy synthetic. It has this very syrupy tone. It smells nice though. I will not wear it. Ross asked me this question from TLTG the other day. He said, what are your thoughts on it? Do you think that you like it? And I said, honestly, I'm not going to wear this decan anymore. I don't feel the need to. Once I'm done with my 3 wears, which I've got 3 wears out of it, I'm just not going to wear it anymore. I don't feel the need to, because there's other fragrances, like I've said, that just do what that does, but better. But if you want something that is more designer-esque, that's probably going to be about $60 at some point in time, then this one might be for you. If you were trying to complete a collection of the 1 millions, this one might be for you. But it is syrupy synthetic. It's a lot of cedar, a little bit of green tone. When you get to the dry down, you do get a little bit of a creamy sandalwood and some ambery tones underneath it, but it doesn't change too much. You also have a little bit of that earthiness underneath there. Again, green tone might be from the patchouli, not 100% sure. It's not super intense woods. It's even though it is very woody, it doesn't feel like, oh my god, this is intense, like Gaiac wood or oud or something like that. It doesn't feel that way. It feels like a warm synthetic cedar with a little bit of sandalwood underneath there, bringing this slightly creamy tone. It has a bit of a vanillic tone underneath there, but that's about it. So as far as the performance, I didn't even really want to get to the performance of this fragrance. Like, I kept wanting to wash it off because I just didn't feel like wearing it. It just doesn't bring any joy to me. But I do have to say, the fragrance, it lasts about 8 hours. So it's a good lasting fragrance. It projects average. It's an average, above average projector for the first hour because of the synthetics. It does push out for about 5 or 6 feet for a sillage. So that's nice. After that hour, it just starts to creep down. It never really goes to a full skin scent until like hour 6. But at that point in time, I mean, I didn't really want to wear it. But I would say it's about 8 hours plus, which is nice. But it's a synthetic fragrance, so you would definitely expect that. But that is $1 Million Gold. Again, not a buy for me. I will not buy that. Even if I owned every fragrance in the collection, unless I just wanted to end the collection and add it to it, it's not going to make the charts for me. I mean, I thought this was going to be very good, but it's not. So, yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. I mean, I could be completely wrong. It's just all about taste. So, yeah, thank you guys so much. Also, let me know if you compare the two. I know I've talked to people about City Rhythm Manhattan and this that tried both, and a lot of them agree with me. One person said they don't see it, but the other 5 people said, oh, yeah, for sure. There's definitely that vibe. But anyway, yeah, thank you guys so much. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with another one. Thanks for tuning in. Peace out.